Hello, 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 and welcome to Small Business Power, the show that is all about helping you to understand just how powerful small businesses are to be able to be the change that we are looking for in this world. I am Cheyenne Kramer. This is my better half.
Don Kramer. Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a great day like we are.
Absolutely. And, today we want to talk about something that I don't think is getting enough airtime, shall we say. And that is the power of wellness empowerment. That is a term that we've come up with recently in working with some of our We Care teams. And it is such an important topic for small business owners. Wouldn't you agree?
I definitely have to agree with that one. It is very important.
Well, because wellness or lack of it has taken down more than one entrepreneur over time. And gee, I think I know somebody who had some challenges as a
Oh,
result.
you must be talking about me and my joints.
Exactly, exactly. Oh my goodness. And we're not here to in any way say that you shouldn't be listening to what the medical community tells you about this, that, or something else. But we are here to encourage people to think about what I call the both and approach. Because our medical system does a great job of diagnosing things, isn't that true?
Yes, they do.
Absolutely. But here's the part that always has bothered me is that there's a lot of things that our creator put on this planet to help us to be able to be empowered to take more control over our health. And unfortunately, our medical system is not trained in them. I don't blame them for that. We won't go down that rabbit hole right now.
No, let's don't do that.
No, because that would take away from our point for this particular podcast. So here's some of the things that we just ask you to think about going forward. Is you know how much has been put on this planet that can help us to take more control and live a healthier life. And I know that one of the answers to that is minerals, is it
Definitely,
not?
definitely. There's a reason for minerals, and why they're out here,
Oh my
and why you
goodness.
need them.
Yeah, and a real sad fact is that many years ago, we used to get plenty of minerals just by eating the fruits of the plants, whether it's fruits or vegetables or whatever. But I have heard from some pretty reliable sources the minerals are no
Yeah.
longer there.
Nope.
They're not in the soil.
The soil's been used up and does not have what it takes. And why is that?
Ah, well, part of it is because we stopped burning wood a long time ago for so many things. We have electricity now, so we don't burn wood for as much. And that wood ash doesn't get into the ground where the minerals can be replenished into the ground. So they've been stripped. The ground has been stripped by all of the farming that's going on everywhere.
And I thought farmers had to put minerals, chemicals on the ground to put the minerals back in the ground,
They
but
put a few.
they put about 4 or 5. Believe me, I've done enough gardening and stuff like that to tell you it's not even close to being what we need.
Nope.
And also, it's synthetic,
Oh, goodness, yes.
and it's not really good for the body to have
Mm,
synthetic.
we actually need about 60 different minerals every day.
That's true.
And, again, those minerals were put here by a very knowing and loving source that wants us to be healthier. And oh my goodness, I mean, you had a huge story about coming back from some very painful kinds of things when you started being able to get those minerals into your body, right?
Well, let me start by how the doctors did help me. They did discover about 4 years ago I did not have a left hip. It was completely worn out. It was flat. There was
Destroyed.
no, nothing there really. And the pain was unbelievable. And they suggested that I have my hip replaced, which I think in this case was the thing to do.
Hmm.
They said, oh, your pain would go away. Guess what? The pain didn't go away. What helped me? After trying a lot of things, I've tried everything under the sun, and then I discovered the lack of minerals in my body. As
Yep.
soon as I was hooked up with a gentleman who taught me all this stuff, and I started getting my minerals, not just vitamins. You can go store and get vitamins, and they might have a few minerals, but we're talking 60 minerals.
Hmm.
After probably a month or less, I noticed a radical change.
Yep.
I could actually feel good. I could walk. I didn't have to limp. Even after
Yes.
hip replacement, I was still limping bad.
Hmm.
And they said it's normal. Well, guess what? It's not normal. I can testify to it. I
I
can
know.
run if I have to. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
want to unless I have to.
I've
Some,
seen you do some jogging and stuff
oh yes.
recently, but you couldn't have done that 4 or 5
No,
years ago. There
no,
was
I
no
was
way.
not hidden that way. I was
No.
hidden the opposite way.
There you have it.
But I will tell you, if you don't get the right 60 minerals in the proportion that they need to be in, that's the other thing. Someone says, "Well, you just so and so has all his minerals," but does it the right portion? Yes, you're getting the minerals. Are you getting not enough of one or too much of another? That's the question. You
Yep.
have to have it to your body properly proportion.
Whew, and I can feel your passion heating up around this, but I know how bad things were a few years ago, and I know how much better they have become. So I totally get it. But there's so many other things that, again, our traditional system is not trained in. I mean, the power of things like essential oils to help with so many different
Definitely.
things. Oh my goodness, I had a case of some itchy stuff popping up all over my body here a few months ago. And I found that things like oil of peppermint did an imagine just a amazing way of helping to reduce that. So we ended up working with some incredible different oils and such that just really helped a lot. And thanks, Gail. I'm so happy that you're here with us today. So, things like those oils that come from the plants, they come from our creator. These things were put on this planet to help empower us to be able to be healthier. And again, as entrepreneurs, if we're not learning the ways to take more control over our health and to be healthier, then I mean, those challenges that you were having, they caused you to give up on your business,
That's right.
and that ended up being a huge crash that we all went through. And it was just it was a tough thing. So understanding that there are many, many things that have been put on this planet to help us, and it's our job to learn about them. And we actually are putting together a team that we call the Wellness Empowerment Team. And if you're curious to learn about more of the things that can be done to empower you to be wellness empowered so that we're not all sitting and feeling so ill. And, because as an entrepreneur, if we're not working, what happens? The cash flow kind of stops, does it
Yes,
not?
that's true.
Oh my goodness. And there's so many things out here that people know nothing about. We have a friend who is working with an air purification system that actually can knock viruses and bacteria right out of the air. And yet, most people have no idea that this even exists, that it could help to make our environment safer no matter where we are, and things like that, technologies that have been developed. I know a number of people who are working with different types of technologies, and most of them have something where they're working with different types of electromagnetic frequencies. There are electromagnetic frequencies that empower our bodies to be able to support itself and utilize some of the natural healing abilities that our creator endowed it with. You know, if you cut your finger, what happens? Assuming you didn't cut it off, I mean, it does heal, right?
When you cut your finger, you go, ow.
That's true. But it heals. And that is
It
an
does.
amazing thing. And a lot of us stop and we forget how much our bodies are able to do to heal on their own. Hey, Jaja, nice to see you here today too. Thank you. So yeah, it's just some of the technologies that people have not investigated, that they have not gone looking for. You know, we're pulling together this team because we want to get out here to more people and bring our team's knowledge to the masses so that they can become more wellness empowered. You know, there's so many things. In fact, our team loves talking about things that are in the Bible. The Bible talks about oils all over the place. The Bible talks about our ability that our Creator gave us to heal. So, you know, let's remember that, yes, it is a process that we need to follow, but it all can come together. Stop with the either this or that and understand that when we bring together the power of our traditional medical systems with the power of so many of the things that are on the planet right now, we stand a much better job of being able to be wellness empowered. If we're wellness empowered, if we're taking more control over our health, we can be the change that we want in the world, and we can do the change.
That's right.
Is that
And
right?
really, there's no reason why you can't have better health.
It's true. It's true. And so much of it is locked up in these things that most of us don't know about.
That's true.
Most of us don't know because the system is not trained in these
Well,
things. We have to be the ones to go looking and understand. And that's why we're pulling together this wellness empowerment team.
let me say one thing.
Mhm.
A lot of times doctors say, you're not getting enough vitamin D. Vitamin D does not work without two other vitamins and about 3 or 4 minerals.
Mm.
So you can take all the vitamin D you want, and it won't do as much if you don't get the rest of the stuff.
It's true.
That's why, and don't blame your doctors. A lot of them
They
don't know
don't
this.
know.
They
They
don't
don't
know that.
know. So, you know, and what we don't know that we don't know is what's hurting us. So we're just here today to encourage you to explore. You know, check out some of the folks that are on our website here. We're going to be adding more and more folks because it's also about mental wellness. Is that not a huge piece
That
of it
is
right
a
now?
big problem in this country.
Oh my gosh. You know, who has not felt traumatized in the last couple of years? You
Definitely.
know, our young people are suffering from it, and there's so many different things that we can do. We have friends who are doing things like therapeutic drumming that helps to reduce anxiety, reduce depression, helps people who have scattered thoughts to be able to focus. You know, we know people who are very good at helping people with mindfulness training, awareness training, meditation training. These are all things that we can do to become wellness empowered and start to take control over our emotions as well as our physical well being and spiritual well being. Oh my goodness. What
Mm.
are you doing to connect with your heart, to connect with your creator, to make sure that you are feeling that connection in your life? Because if I had to name the number one thing that I think is harming this country right now, it's spiritual disconnection. We have forgotten who we are. We have forgotten that we were made in the image and likeness of a creator and that we have the power to create in our life, including creating better wellness, better health for ourselves. Any other thoughts that you
That's
have, my
pretty
dear?
powerful. Pretty powerful. I think we covered a lot of good stuff here, and I think
Absolutely.
we've gave our listeners a little bit of ideas to try,
Mm-hmm.
and,
Absolutely.
and they can still always connect with us. You see our thing on the page here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Connect with us. Connect with us on LinkedIn. Obviously, some of you are watching from there, some are watching from Facebook. Connect with us and let's do the change,
That's it.
because we got to stop waiting for other people to save us. We are the miracles we are waiting for,
That's
right?
right. You're the miracle.
That's it.
Let's get off our sitting on our hands. Get off the bleachers.
Get off the bleachers
Let's
and
do
onto the playing
something.
field.
Yes.
That's it. That's it. So thanks for listening in for our podcast today on Small Business Power, and we will see you again next week. Have an awesome week, everybody.